Okay, go.
We have a high-tech presentation.
Yeah, instead of spending a lot of time on our presentation, we put all our efforts in our code. A good excuse, right? So maybe Adam, you can take us. Take us through.
I'll take you through the flow of this really high-tech presentation. So we have a user here that's interacting with Slack, and we chose Slack because it will be available after the whole month period of Twilio is over. So we wanted to show something to others. We could do that. So they go into Slack, and there, what they're going to do is put in whatever tweet handle or whatever topic they would like in Slack, and get some sentiment analysis on it back, right? So what we do is we put in Slack, we go in, we have a topic that we're interested in. That is sent to Node-RED. In Node-RED, we go to a Watson Twitter Insight service, and what that returns us is an array of items for that topic with sentiment analysis and a couple other items in the data. Then we go to OpenWhisk, and we aggregate the data through OpenWhisk, and that data is sent back to Node-RED. Once the data is aggregated, we put it in the cloud database. And after that cloud database, we respond back to the user with some kind of aggregated summary and the topic of that summary. Then within that Slack or the response, we have a URL that links into our Angular application, and then there we have a detailed analysis with graphs of all your historical searches and the sentiments of each search and each topic.
And we also made a version not only using OpenWhisk, but we used functions in Node-RED to do the same. So we want to try both. So maybe we can show you a little bit what we did, and how it works. So if you type in whatever, any ideas? Go.
You see it again?
From?
So it's sent back to you.
Can you zoom in, please?
Can you read it? Yeah? So the answer for your request on Galvanize, 100 samples, 30 are positive, 56 were neutral, and 5 were negative. And then you get a link. And draw the graph. And there you can see the analysis.
So this positive, neutral, and negative, this comes from Twitter Insights. So it's a little bit different than what we did in the project using the Twitter Insights API. I'd say we spent a lot of time understanding the API and the output that it gives. So there's a lot of stuff in there. Some of the stuff we picked out was the sentiment. So some of the, I guess when you put in Galvanize or another trigger, you get a bunch of sentiment scores. The Twitter Insights will give, I think it returns something like 10%, or at least the free version gives you like 10% in Twitter or something. So it's getting a subset of what you'd actually get from just calling Twitter. So this is all real time too. So that's another difference between what we did in class and what this is. So we call Twitter Insights and then we just pull it out real time and put it into the graph.
And because some of the data are not really that great, some of them has nothing, empty, so.
Yeah, that took us a long time too. So understanding Twitter Insights, they might have like, they might pull down like 100 or 1,000 tweets, and maybe out of 1,000, only like 150 would have sentiment scores in them.
Even though the service was called Insights.
Yes. So there's different insights about each tweet.
So I think that's mostly it. What we struggled with most was the data, getting interesting data to use. We first looked into movies, I think food trucks, finance, anything, but it's very difficult to get some nice interesting data.
It's really hard to get good data, and the good data you have to pay for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that we struggle. Like IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, you have to have a business case of why you want the data, or you have to pay for it. And that's what we struggle with, having good data, access to good data that's more abundant.
Yeah, originally our idea was trying to get some movie, like the movie API that we can pull up, see some stuff, but that's again data
Yeah.
Not great.
It was interesting will be to get the reviews from the movie database and see what people rated the movie and was actually their sentiment when they actually wrote their review and compared it. But like, without paying for it,
Yeah.
we never knew the data.
Okay.
But it was nice to discover that we have on Bluemix already the data source from Trigger.
And it was nice for us to learn how to use
Oh,
services inside Lumix.
You learned about VCAP services.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was actually important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
I find it very